What would you do if someone spat in your food right in front of your face? Have you ever been disrespected at a restaurant simply because the staff thought you were nobody special? Well, what happened to Malik Thompson will make you question everything you think you know about hidden power. The man sitting quietly in booth 7 looked ordinary enough. Simple black shirt, jeans, no flashy jewelry. To the bustling restaurant staff rushing past his table, he was just another customer on a busy Friday night. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. The man they were about to disrespect owned the entire chain. And what he did next changed everything. If you've ever felt invisible or dismissed because of how you look, you absolutely need to hear this story. Hit that like button right now, because what unfolds next will shock you. Downtown restaurant, 8 p.m., Malik Thompson sat patiently reviewing the menu, completely unaware that his quiet evening was about to explode into a confrontation that would expose years of toxic behavior and transform an entire company culture forever. The kitchen staff had no idea they were serving their actual boss. When the server delivered Malik's request, Kevin's face turned red with rage. No onions? Are you kidding me? Who does this guy think he is? Some kind of VIP? The kitchen went dead silent. Even the dishwashers stopped working. Everyone knew that look in Kevin's eyes, pure destructive anger. You want special treatment? Kevin muttered, grabbing Malik's prepared plate. I'll give you something special. What happened next was beyond disgusting. In full view of 6 kitchen staff members, Kevin leaned over the beautifully plated dish and spat directly into the food. Not once, but twice. There's your modification, he sneered, sliding the contaminated plate toward the pass. Let's see how picky he is now. The kitchen staff stood frozen in horror. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. This wasn't just unprofessional. It was vile, dangerous, and completely inexcusable. But one person couldn't stay silent. Jasmine Rodriguez, a 22-year-old server working her way through college, had seen enough. She watched Kevin bully co-workers for months, but this crossed every line imaginable. A customer could get seriously sick from this. Her conscience wouldn't let her stand by. As Kevin rang the bell for pickup, Jasmine made a split-second decision that would change everything. She grabbed the plate before any other server could take it, her heart pounding as she walked toward Malik's table. Malik looked up with a friendly smile as his food arrived. He picked up his fork, completely unaware of the contamination, and was about to take his first bite when Jasmine leaned down urgently. "Sir, please don't eat that," she whispered desperately. "Please. Something terrible happened to your food." The fork stopped inches from his mouth. Malik set down his fork slowly, his calm demeanor masking the storm building inside him. What exactly happened to my food? Jasmine glanced nervously toward the kitchen. The head chef, he contaminated it. On purpose. I'm so sorry, sir. I couldn't let you eat that. For a moment, Malik just stared at the plate. Then he looked up at this brave young woman who had risked her job to protect a complete stranger. "Thank you for telling me. What's your name?" "Jasmine Rodriguez, sir." "Well, Jasmine, I need you to call your manager over here. And I need Kevin to come out of that kitchen right now." Something in Malik's voice made Jasmine realize this wasn't going to be a typical customer complaint. There was an authority there, a quiet power that demanded attention. Within minutes, manager David Peterson rushed over, followed by a still fuming Kevin who clearly expected to intimidate another difficult customer. "Is there a problem here?" Peterson asked nervously. Malik stood up slowly, reaching into his wallet. Instead of pulling out money for the bill, he produced a business card and placed it on the table. "Yes, there's a very big problem. My name is Malik Thompson. I own this restaurant. Actually, I own the entire chain." The color drained from Peterson's face. Kevin's arrogant smirk vanished instantly. "That's impossible," Kevin stammered. "You're just some random guy." Malik pulled out his phone and made a quick call. "Hello, Rachel? This is Malik. I need you to confirm my identity to the staff at our downtown location." "Yes, I'm here right now." He handed the phone to the stunned manager, who listened for 30 seconds before his hands started shaking. "Oh my God, Mr. Thompson. Sir, I had no idea you were here tonight. The power shift in the room was instant and absolute. Kevin's face went from red with anger to white with terror. Other staff members had begun gathering, sensing something monumental was happening. "Now," Malik said, his voice steady but carrying unmistakable authority, "I want to know exactly what happened in that kitchen, because from where I'm sitting, one of my employees just tried to poison a customer. And that's not just grounds for termination, that's grounds for criminal charges." The truth was about to come out, and Kevin's reign of kitchen terror was about to end forever. Kevin tried to salvage his career with desperate lies. "Sir, I would never. This is all a misunderstanding." "Really?" Malik's voice cut through the excuses like ice. "Jasmine, would you mind telling everyone exactly what you witnessed?" As Jasmine recounted the disgusting incident, other staff members began stepping forward. The floodgates opened. Stories poured out about Kevin's months of abuse, intimidation, and toxic behavior that had poisoned the entire workplace. "He throws things when he's angry," whispered one prep cook. "He calls us names and threatens to get us fired if we complain," added another server. "I've seen him contaminate food before when customers sent orders back," confessed the dishwasher. Malik listened to every word, his jaw tightening with each revelation. This wasn't just about one incident. Kevin had created a culture of fear that affected everyone. Security cameras. Malik said simply, "This restaurant has full kitchen coverage." Manager Peterson, "I want those recordings pulled immediately." Kevin's last thread of hope snapped. Security footage doesn't lie. 20 minutes later, after reviewing the crystal clear video evidence, Malik made his decision. "Kevin Masters, you're terminated. Effective immediately. Security will escort you out, and you'll never work in any of my establishments again." But Malik wasn't finished. He turned to the gathered staff with a completely different tone, warm, respectful, genuine. "I owe all of you an apology. No one should have to work in fear. No one should have to choose between their job and their dignity." He looked directly at Jasmine. "You showed incredible courage tonight. I'm promoting you to shift supervisor, effective Monday, with a substantial raise." The transformation was immediate. Staff members who had been cowering minutes earlier now stood taller. The toxic atmosphere Kevin had created began lifting like smoke clearing from a room. Within weeks, the story exploded across social media. Videos of the confrontation went viral, turning Malik into an icon of ethical leadership and workplace justice. Other franchise owners across the country began implementing similar zero-tolerance policies, fundamentally changing how their establishments operated. 6 months later, that downtown restaurant became the highest-rated location in the entire chain. Staff turnover dropped to nearly zero. Customer satisfaction scores hit record highs. The toxic culture Kevin had built was completely replaced by an environment of mutual respect and genuine care. Malik's story teaches us 3 powerful lessons that can change how we see the world. First, never judge someone by their appearance or assume you know their story. The quiet person in the corner booth might be the one person who can change your entire life, for better or worse. Second, toxic behavior always catches up to you. Kevin thought his position protected him, but real power doesn't come from intimidation. It comes from integrity and respect. Most importantly, one person's courage can transform everything. Jasmine could have stayed silent, kept her head down, protected her own job. Instead, she chose to protect a stranger, and that choice sparked a revolution in workplace culture. Malik could have handled this quietly, maybe just fired Kevin and moved on, but he understood that real leadership means using your power to lift others up and create lasting change. If this story inspired you to stand up for what's right, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Share this with someone who needs to remember that their voice matters. And always remember, you never know who's watching, so choose kindness over cruelty every single time.